Okay, is it time to fix that old squeaky, out-of-shape driveway gate? Well, if it is, then you're in the right place. If you have all the reasons I have here, or you're installing a new gate, you want to use either 4x4 inch or 3x3 inch steel posts, or what's called a lifetime steel post, and you can check out the specific YouTube videos for those. I wanted a better gate frame, so I went online and found this Jewett-Cameron AG60-DD double driveway model that fits my dimensions as listed. My steel posts are embedded in concrete, and to them are 4x4 inch treated lumber posts connected with lag bolts, and then hinge pins are connected to the lumber. What's shown here is the side closest to the house, whereas the other side is freestanding. I reused my existing hinge pins. They were actually pretty sturdy and mounted in the center of the 4x4. I opted out of the hinge pins that came with the gate units. I think these were meant for lifetime steel posts, which are U-shaped. And the older Jewett-Cameron gate videos use the hinge pins that you see here on the left. There's always more than one way to skin a mule. So you can go get fresh sawn cedar pickets from your lumber store and go directly to building your fence, or buy them a few months in advance, build a picket rack from dowels and 1x2s, stack them in your shed, and run a fan at them for 8 to 12 weeks to dry them out. The advantages of doing this are many. All you got to do is Google it. I set up a sanding station next to where I'll be staining them outside. Quick passes here. Just want to remove the cedar hair, splinters, and rough spots and get them ready to take the stain. Set up some sawhorses and got busy. These dried out pickets just drew in the stain quickly. I use this Cabot product. I've used it before and had great results. During this process, you get to see how well you did inspecting those pickets at the store for the stray ones. Once I had 60 pickets stained, they went back on that picket rack to dry out while I got started on the gate frame. Okay, in my case, I took one old door off at a time and set up the frame on the hinge pins to check the extension lengths, but in hindsight could have just done both at the same time. The gate frame is 5 feet high, so that leaves 6 inches on either end of the 6-foot fence picket. So leave 7 inches from the bottom of the gate frame to the ground to leave 1 inch clearance. Extend the gate frame to your desired width. In my case, I use the old left door, but more importantly, make sure it is level. Now we can cut the cross beams for the first door. What's not in the instructions is that once you cut treated 2x4 lumber for the cross beams, these are going to get wet through the rainy season, so you need to seal them. I use this product and soak them several hours in it. Once the beams are in and level on the first side, add the truss cable and turnbuckle and get it level. Then add the gate frame for the left door, and before cutting the cross beams, level up the two frames. In my case, the left side was high, so I took an old pipe wrench and adjusted the top hinge pin. And yes, all while maintaining the 7-inch frame height from the ground. Make sure the left side is level. Then I determined that the gate latch has a 1 1/4 to a 1.5 inch gap allowable, so I took a 1 inch piece of scrap and temporarily tied it between the doors. With both doors now level, we can determine the exact beam lengths for the left door and start cutting them. Don't forget to seal them. Do the same and add the cross beams and turnbuckle for the left door, and using the turnbuckle, make the final leveling of the two doors. Installing the latch. First, get the hardware sorted. The short screws for the latch itself, and the longer ones are for the pin or striker bar. Line up the latch, mark your holes with a hole punch, and get drilling. Since I wanted my right door to open out towards the car, I installed the striker bar on the left door and the latch on the right door upside down. Yes, the handle outside then opens up instead of down. Determine your configuration before drilling any holes. Okay, hopefully you've remembered to order the drop rod. Pretty simple install, goes on the door that you will least often use. Line up the bottom screw hole of the mounting plate with the gate frame and bend the V-shaped rod guide with a hammer toward you to keep it from interfering with the other door when opening and closing. And last, get a drill, a 1/2 inch concrete drill bit, and make a 3-inch deep hole, check the fit, and voila! Okay, time to take those pickets that have been stained on all 6 sides and simply hang them up. Pre-drill to keep from cracking problems later, and have a movable station for your drills and screws. Use a spacer and check the level often. I had 60 pickets to also complete this section of fencing on the left. Try and do it in the morning when the sun isn't directly overhead. I found this inexpensive decorative door accent kit online. Thought it looked great. Okay, and last, if your door is somewhat heavy, and to put less burden on the turnbuckle, I got this gate wheel, which is not quite high enough, so I used a Simpson tie plate to attach it to the gate frame and extend it lower for the first mounting bolt. The height can be adjusted by turning the nut at the top. I didn't get the one with the brake as it would interfere with the drop rod. Well, there you go. If you've got an old rickety double driveway gate that's bugging you, that's how to replace it. Hope you found this useful, and any comments or likes, you know what to do. Cheers, folks.